Hello and welcome to the ATG College Readiness Program, where you're going to be pushed and tested like a college athlete. My name's Austin, and I was once just like you, trying to figure out how to get from high school to college. And I was always told, if you're good enough, you'll make it and they'll find you. While yes, that's true, there are things that we can do now that get us set up for the best possible chance to play at the next level. All right, and first and foremost, I want to say thank you for joining on and putting and betting on yourself, really, and showing us that you are completely committed to getting yourself to the next level. That is what this proves by you saying, yes, we're going to do this together. Now, with that, I have a couple notes here. I want to make sure I hit every single one of them so you get the most out of this first module as we push through however long you're with us, right? We want to build this lifetime partnership, this lifetime relationship, but it has to go both ways, and we're going to get that started right now. So first and foremost, this program isn't just, here's a workout program, go do it. We're going to teach you how to train like an athlete, recover like an athlete. How much should you be sleeping? How much should you be eating? What should you be eating? Things along that line. We're going to teach you the mindset of a college athlete, right? And you'll hear this quite a bit, especially throughout high school. And when you get to college, you will figure it out. Everybody that's there was the man at their high school when they were there. So if you're the man right now in high school, great. But we need to continue to build off of that, right? When I was going into college, I thought, man, this is going to be easy. This is going to be great. And I got there, and no. Now, mentally, it was probably the hardest mentally. Physically, not too hard because I was used to doing 2-a-days, 3-a-days, things like that, where I didn't feel like I was completely stressed from physical. It was more the mental side of it that caught me off guard anyway. So with this, we're going to teach you how to think like an athlete, how to think like a high-level athlete, right? Doing the right things when the time counts, right? Or doing the right things all the time, really. But when the moment calls for it, you're doing the right thing for the team, not just you, right? And that is really what separates these high-level athletes in college from the guys that may just play special teams, right? And there are a lot of different factors, and we'll go through that with your time here. But a big thing is where their mindset is at, right? And those that take the field, whether it is special teams, defense, offense, and those that just sit on the sideline. So biggest thing, right? If you don't take anything away from this, I want you to take this away. The biggest thing I want you to understand with this program is the tone behind it. We are not here to just be average. We're not here to just get through these workouts, get through these modules, or get through whatever. If we have a Q&A that's monthly, that live Q&A, or if we have a quarterly Q&A, whatever it is where we're all together and we can converse and talk and really ask those questions. It's not just getting through it. It's what can I get from it and what can I impart into that meeting that really does take it to the next level. It may seem insignificant right in that moment, but I promise you it's not. All right, so we're here to compete, we're here to improve, and we're here to prove something to ourselves, that we can do these things that seemingly feel or seem tough at the time, but once you do it, you're like, oh, wasn't that bad. And there will be things like that, right? Like doing a 2-a-day seems tough, seems time consuming, but I promise you, once you do it once, twice, it's not that big a deal. And biggest thing is understanding that no matter what sport you play, where you're at in your career, right? High school, college, eventually athletics end. You know, the sad part about sports is it does end no matter what. Even if you make it to the top of the hill, it does end. And the biggest thing with that is we want you, especially taking from this program, we want you to take those habits, the structure, the knowledge that you get from your time in ATG and be able to put it post athletics, right? This isn't just going to be something where you work out with us and that's it. Like, we want you to be successful people, not just successful athletes, right? We're here for athletics, but a lot of times you can take what you learn from athletics to the real world, and it does translate if you use it properly. Right? So with this program, we've talked about how we're going to show up, but I want you to understand what this program is and how we're going to approach this program. So first thing, all right, I'm looking, show consistency, track your numbers, be honest, especially with your coach that you're working with. Be honest with where your body's at, where you are mentally, where you are physically. If you're tired, let us know. We all understand it, right? We're not going to be at 100% all the time, but you need to be pushing yourself 100%, right? So you need, if you're at 70%, you need to push yourself that full 70%, right? So you're 100% of the 70, right? You're not going to be 100% all the time. It just isn't going to happen. But we need to be able to push ourselves when that time happens, all right? Lean into this community that we're building, right? Like, use these people, the people that have done it before. Ask the questions. Use them to help get you through this. Ask me, right? I've done these workouts. I've been through what you're getting ready to go through, the recruiting process, the talking to college coaches, things of that nature that we don't think about as athletes, right? We think about, I have to do good in my sport, but we don't think about academics really. Now, you should, but not everybody does, right? And do not skip the basics. The basics are the basics for a reason, right? They are the building blocks. They are the foundation, the things that we build on top of. If the basics, that foundation is cracked and it's not completely solid, you're not going to be able to put as much on top of it as you would if it was completely solid, all right? Now, the meat and potatoes of this, I want to talk to you, especially with Module 1, is doing your baseline testing, right? That is what your homework is going to be, right? You got a program from your coach. If you have not, message me and I will make sure that they send that to them, all right? I'll make sure that they send it to you. But first and foremost, we're going to be testing your bench, your squat, your vert, your broad, and your power clean, right? Those are the main 5. Now, your coach, depending on your sport, may have you doing other things, right? That's fine, but the main 5 that we're going to be dealing with is bench press, squat, power clean, broad jump, vertical, right? And the reason we're doing that is we need to see where you're starting, right? If you're a freshman, where you're starting in your high school career, your high school journey, and then the goal is by the time you're a senior, we can look back and be like, oh, so this is how much you've improved, right? We can adjust things, right? If we need to up your vertical, we know what kind of program we need to do, right? If you're only sitting at a 24 inch, but you want to be at 33, we know how to change your program around, but keep it within the phases that we're in, right? And I know this sounds like strength coach mumbo jumbo, but that does truthfully help us understand how we need to program for you as you progress. All right. Now, right here, we're talking, how are we going to, I guess, what's the importance of these numbers, right? If you play football, you understand the combine does your bench press, your vertical, your broad jump, and your explosiveness, right? Any sport has their combine that they use these strength tests and these explosiveness tests to show how much force you actually produce on the court, on the field, whatever sports you play. And so we need to be able to do the same thing. Now with that, these baseline numbers honestly shape how I coach you, and it keeps you accountable for the long-term growth, right? If we can show, hey, over the past 6 months, we've upped our bench 20 pounds, squat 20 pounds, things like that. Like, it shows that you're actually doing what we're programming you, and it's working, right? You have proof right there that it's actually showing results. Now, what will happen is 8, 12, maybe 24 weeks, we'll do another retest so we can see how the improvements happen, right? Or if we need to back off with a couple deload weeks, we can actually see that. Now, what I want you to understand is it's not just those numbers that matter. Like, yes, they do matter, especially as you progress through your college career, your hopefully pro level career, but I understand that that's not everybody's goal. We want to feel better, look better, mentally be better, right? That's another thing that the PRs aren't going to show, right? Those personal records that you have in the gym don't show, hey, I'm feeling more confident in myself when I'm playing. And that is another, I guess you could say, baseline test, right? Or another accomplishment behind this program is you're going to feel more confident when you step on your respective court or sport field. Um, and the last thing I want to leave you with is no question is stupid, right? Everybody starts with a different understanding. Reach out to your coach. Reach out to me. There is not a time where you can't reach out. It may take me a minute or two to respond, but we will get your answers or your questions answered, right? And we want you to feel fully confident coming out of this program, going into your college of choice, feeling like I know what they're gonna expect, and this I'm gonna attack this every day, no matter what, right? And having that confidence and understanding is really going to show these college coaches, man, we gotta put this person on the field, on the court somewhere because their energy is electric. Their understanding of the game is impressive as a freshman, right? And they're just gonna build on top of it. So with that, get your baseline testing done. All right, send it to your coach, and let's get this thing rolling. Right, let's get you into this program and really hammer in and get you college ready.